It's no secret that inflammation is public enemy number one when it comes to our health, and so many health challenges can be traced back to inflammation. So today, I thought I would share with you a little bit about what I keep in my gym bag. Once I got inflammation under control and I was able to get back to exercise, I discovered how essential oils and some natural supplements were able to keep me energized and motivated and feeling good so I could continue working out. The first thing I like to keep in my gym bag is sanitizing spray. This is On Guard sanitizing spray. If you don't have this, you can always make your own in a spray bottle with some essential oils, some water, and some alcohol. I've found that I keep sanitizing spray these days in more than just my bag. It's in my car, in my purse, because you're always touching things after people at the grocery store, at the gas pump, holding a menu at a restaurant. And so it's always good to have on hand. But think about your gym bag. What kinds of things are you touching at the gym? Exercise equipment, barbells, hand weights, even your yoga mat. This would be great to spray down. So this is always good to keep in the gym bag, but in so many other places too. The next thing I keep on hand in my gym bag are oils to keep me motivated or energized. And so in this case right now, I've got peppermint and wild orange. Now, these are two that I don't necessarily use during the workout, but I like to use them pre-workout on my way just to kind of pep me up. And I use them in the car with a handy car diffuser. But if you don't have a car diffuser, you can always take and put a couple drops in your hand, just rub them together and inhale deeply. And that will also help just kind of energize you and wake you up and get you ready to work out. So many of the oils are multifaceted, and that means they have multiple purposes. And in this case, peppermint is also very cooling to the skin. So I like to make up a spray bottle with a few drops of peppermint and some water just to be able to spray on my spine, spray it on my arms on a hot day. It's super refreshing, super cooling. Just make sure you don't spray it on your face because peppermint will burn your eyes. So the first time you get peppermint near your eyes, you won't forget it. So another thing I keep in my gym bag is lemongrass, and this also is in a spray bottle. Lemongrass is known for improving circulation, so runners love it. So I like to have it in a spray bottle so I can just spray it on my calves if I'm going running, or if anytime you experience a muscle cramp, lemongrass is great for that. The next thing I keep in my gym bag is my water bottle. And we know hydration is super important, and drinking lots of water also helps flush out the toxins. But to make water a little bit more appealing, I like to add a citrus oil. Now in this case, I've got lemon in my bag right now, but other oils like tangerine, lime, grapefruit, wild orange, green mandarin, these are all great options. And not only do they help just kind of improve the taste of your water, you're getting the aroma as you're drinking the water, and then also the added health benefit because citrus oils are great for cleansing your body. So while you're drinking water to flush out those toxins, just add a little citrus oil. The next thing I like to keep in my gym bag is an antifungal spray or roll-on. Now, I actually prefer the spray, and I put in this spray bottle about 15 drops of melaleuca, tea tree, and 15 drops of lavender, and then just top the rest of it off with water. Now, I put this together because things were really getting smelly. Your workout socks, the sweaty towel that you keep in your gym bag and you don't always wash in between workouts, your shoes, they're just really starting to get kind of funky after a while. So every time I take my shoes off and put my street shoes on after a workout, then I just put a couple sprays down in my shoe just to kind of keep them smelling great. And so, yeah, in my workout bag, in my car, then nothing starts to smell. Another great use for this spray, and so I keep another one in my car, is for when my son was getting into the car after lacrosse practice. He and his teammates, they would stink so bad, I'd have to roll down the window and practically drive home with, breathing fresh air from the outside. So they know every time they get in, they have to spray down their pads, their equipment, and just their bodies to be able to get in my car. So that is another tip. He's kind of learned that now now that he's driving, he just wants to keep one in his car as well. The next thing I like to keep in my bag is Breathe Respiratory Blend. Now this is the stick, but it also comes in oil, so you can make your own rollers. Breathe is one of those things that anytime I would see cardio on the workout, I would get my stick out and I would rub it on my chest just to open up those airways, get that oxygen flowing. Sometimes I'd come in after the run and I would reapply for the rest of the workout. So it's one of those things that whether you have normal difficulty breathing or just even seasonal allergies where breathing gets a little bit more difficult, or you're like me and you can just always benefit from opening up your airways, but it's definitely something that always stays in my bag. The next thing I like to keep in my gym bag is actually one of my favorite. It's the Deep Blue Rub. Now, Deep Blue contains such ingredients like wintergreen, peppermint, eucalyptus, and other anti-inflammatory ingredients. And really, it's no surprise that Deep Blue is one of the most requested items that I have that people want to use around the gym. And for me personally, I don't think I could set foot in my gym if I didn't have Deep Blue to use both before and after my workout. So Deep Blue is definitely something that always stays in my gym bag. That's about it on the essential oils that I keep in my bag, but there are some other things I think are important that I want to share. And the first one is the Trim Shake. Now, not this huge container, but Trim Shake comes in chocolate and vanilla, and for one scoop, it has 70 calories and 8 grams of protein. And we know that protein is super important for working out. So what I like to do is I just put a scoop in this shaker bottle. And so when I'm leaving work or just right after the workout, I can just fill this with water and then have a healthy snack on my way home and just to tide me over. So when I don't want to eat, I can always take a Trim Shake. So we've already talked about how much I love Deep Blue Rub, but there's also the Deep Blue Polyphenol Complex. This is loaded with extracts of frankincense and curcumin that are loaded with polyphenols, and that makes it really good to address that internal soreness and discomfort. The next thing I use to boost my workout is Mitomax, and it's the Energy and Stamina Complex. Now, Mitomax addresses mitochondrial function and aerobic function. And so if you're ever tempted to use energy drinks or caffeinated beverages to get your energy, then I might recommend the Mitomax to you. How often do we mistake the lack of energy for a lack of time? You know, people will say, well, I don't have time to work out, but what they really might be saying is they just don't feel like it or they don't have the energy. So that's where Mitomax comes in. The last thing I'd like to talk about is what I consider the foundation, and it's called the Lifelong Vitality Pack, and it's made up of 3 things. The first part is the Microplex VMZ, or the Food Nutrient Complex. I could talk for days on why it's so important to supplement. First, our soil just doesn't contain the same nutrients that it did 100 years ago. With the introduction of fertilization and phosphorus into farming, many minerals such as copper, zinc, and magnesium have been affected. So there is research out there that says the quality of our soil has decreased anywhere from 20 to 55%. And the demand for nutrients by our body is so much higher than it was 100 years ago. We live in such a toxic environment today that it's estimated that we expose ourselves to over 700,000 toxins a day. So think about it. Everything you use in your daily routine, laundry detergents, cosmetics and perfumes, bug sprays, hand sanitizers, sunscreen, antiperspirants, you name it, it probably has some toxins in it. And on top of all of that, we're dealing with chronic stress, adrenal fatigue, lack of sleep, lack of sunlight, processed foods. So again, that's why supplementation is so important to us today. So the second part of lifelong vitality is the E-omega, or the essential oil omega complex. And this is packed full of 3, 6, 9 omegas from both plant and marine sources. And we know that omegas are so important for brain development, but also for our joints and for digestion. And the last part is the alpha CRS, and this is the cellular vitality complex. This is full of botanical extracts and polyphenols that support cellular function and cellular lifespan. So again, one of the foundations of the Lifelong Vitality Pack. We've talked about a lot of things today with something as simple as making over the gym bag, but I know it can be overwhelming, so just pick 1 or 2 things and start somewhere. And always remember that proper nutrition, adequate sleep, and plenty of exercise are all keys to living a healthy and blessed life.